Hey guys, how you doing? It must be Monday. Ah, Mondays. I do okay with Mondays most of the time. I'm usually really relaxed, but I think things being a little off yesterday with Easter and everything kind of threw me, and I'm still not really over that. I don't know, I'm having a weird day. I'm not having a good day. I'm not having a bad day. I'm just not having a good day. And I don't know how to deal with that right now. Um, I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, um, so I haven't worked on the cookbook at all. I have not been able to put my head into it, which is not good. Um, for a number of reasons. I really still would like to get it out to you guys relatively quickly. And, in order to do that, I have to actually finish it and get the editing done. And I'm just not, my best editing time is early in the day. And with my grandson here, I just don't get it done. And I don't even have an excuse. I really don't. He's a tractable little kid. He's awesome. He's behaving himself. I like I just can't pull my head out of my butt, I guess. I don't know. Um, but anyway, it's still there. I'm not ignoring it. I just haven't had the wherewithal, like last week I made masks because now we need to wear masks when we go out. And I don't know. I'm just not with it. I think a lot of it has to do with this awful rain. When I get outside and I get to putts in the garden and stuff, even if it's just really minor, I think I feel better. And I can't go out right now. The only nice day we had was Easter, and I was busy. I had to cook and clean, and there was just no time. I don't do well at managing my time when I don't have the ability to schedule myself. That's kind of my go-to. So I'm on anti-anxiety meds, and when things are normal, I was doing pretty well. I was dealing with changes in schedule and putzing around, and I was getting editing done every day, and I was doing stuff, and I was writing, and I was creative. I'm still on my meds, but I think the background stress has just raised so much higher. Um, and like our dishwasher broke, so I'm not spending 5 minutes loading the dishwasher. I'm spending 45 minutes hand washing the dishes. Um, Everything's just taking longer. And so, and I can't schedule around the grandkid. He's 3. There's no scheduling with 3, I mean, I know that. I went through that with our kids. It just doesn't happen. So, there's a lot of sort of sitting and trying to get what little bits done I can while he's playing, but there's a lot of hands-on stuff too. I haven't been reading, really. The longest time I read was this past weekend. I think I sat on Guy's couch for, what, an hour and read, I don't know, the 5th, 6th, 7th book of Outlander. I can't remember. It Which was nice. God, it was like getting to shut my brain off for a little while and go somewhere else. But even that, I'm having a hard time pulling my attention in. Last week and the week before, I felt like I kinda had things under some kinda control, and I was doing alright. This week is not looking like that's the case, and I don't know if that's hormones or I have a cold or my allergies are kicking my butt, and every time it rains and storms like this, my ankle hurts, and I'm just so done with everything. I just wanna go back to normal, and I know that that's not something I can have any reasonable expectation of happening for another couple of months, if ever. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm just kind of dealing with things. Um, but that's okay. I did work on creative things last week. I will work on creative things this week. In theory, I'm gonna whip up a tunic for the teenage girl child because she wants a new tunic, and I have fabric that she likes. I was using it to make masks, so I do not any longer have enough fabric to make a dress for me. I certainly have enough fabric to make a tunic for her, I think. We'll see. I think it would look good on her, which is fine. Um, and that might be something that gets me kind of kicked out of my funk. I don't know. I'm hoping tomorrow's supposed to be nice. If tomorrow is nice and it's not too wet out from all this, maybe I'll get the opportunity to work in the garden a bit because I think that really does help getting outside, um, getting fresh air, even though it kicks my allergies into overdrive. Yeah. So there's gonna at some point in the next few weeks, and I don't know exactly when because there's a learning curve involved, but there's going to be a slight change in the format of my videos. So I will probably still do my check-in videos during the week, just like this, where I'm sitting in my bedroom and you can see my lovely wall hanging behind me and my stuffies and my window stuff. But the Monday writing videos and the cooking videos that I'm hoping to do and the gardening videos that I'm going to be doing in garb and dressing up for and kind of actually making like sort of a script for. I have a new program, I think it's called OBS, that I'm going to be learning how to use. And that allows me to edit videos and put like little headlines in and maybe make the subscribe button a little larger so you guys can actually see it. Um, things like that where I'll be able to do things. I don't have a proper video cam or a GoPro or anything like that. I do this stuff on my Chromebook and then the other videos that are pre-recorded, I use my phone. And so I mean I get decent enough video out of it, which is fine, but one of the things that happened is that I did a test video last week outside, and while the video was fine, the sound was not. It just wasn't. There's no way that you guys are gonna be able to hear what I'm saying while I'm outside, and I can't do this because it's only so long and I don't wanna trip over it, especially while I'm wearing garb and leather shoes. So one of the things that I think we will end up doing is that I will videotape myself doing the gardening, the cooking, whatever it is that I'm doing. And then I'm not going to say anything during the video. I'm just going to go about doing it. And um, then what I'll do is I will sit down and I'll actually record the sound for it separately. And so then when I go to play the video for you guys, it'll come up where be like this, except I'll be in a studio with a backdrop. And then I'll kinda zip down to a little square down here, and I'll still be talking, but the rest of the screen will be me doing the thing, and the little me down here will be me explaining what I'm doing and doing the voiceover for it. And that way you get to see it, but you'll have decent stuff to hear. Um, who knew that writing a book or a cookbook or a fictional book would lead to all of this other technology and stuff that I have to learn? Yeah. Um, that was that was a surprise, but I know a lot more about editing now, and I know a lot more about Kindle Direct Publishing, and I know a lot more about print on demand press, and I know a lot more about marketing, and I know how to do videos now, and I also know how to do other things. So this is just yet another thing for me to learn. But be patient with me. It might be a while before you start seeing live stuff, and I have no idea how this is all going to pan out. I just know that it's something I'm working towards actively, and the fam is really backing me on this and would like to see it. And my hope is to put much more polished videos up that are more impressive looking and a little more professional. I think that will sort of help things. And honestly, I really want to share the cooking stuff with you. There are some really fun cooking things that I've been doing lately in the kitchen, and there's no reason why they couldn't be done over a fire. And so what I want to do is when the rain stops and it stops being 40 degrees outside, I want to go outside and start cooking my meals out. And it's not like it'll go to waste because I'm going to just cook my family's dinner and it'll be outside and it'll be fun. And then videotape it so that later the week or next week, I can put the video on for you guys and explain what it was I did and maybe cut it so that, like, I mean, you don't need to watch 45 minutes of the same pot boiling. That's boring. Um, but like I can cut it and piece it together so that it's a more efficient way to tell the story. And the same thing with the gardening. You guys don't need to watch all of my veggies grow, but you can look at clips of me doing things in the garden where I explain how to do things like repot things or replant things, and how to move a plant that grows up in the wrong place, because I guarantee you that's going to be one of the things that happens. Um, and that'll be, I think, a little bit more easy to follow, and you'll be able to hear me better, and I'll be able to have a better scripted response to what's going on in the video and explain it better, because sometimes when I'm just extemporizing like this, it doesn't always come out right. I say a lot and those things. And I hate it when I watch it later and I'm like, why did I say that? That's horrible. So that's where I'm going right now. And all of that has to do with either the cookbook or the second Taylor Mage novel. I really am hoping that things let up soon so that I can get the publishing done on that book. I really want to get it out to you guys. I know there's a lot of people who've been waiting for it a long time, and I apologize that it's taken this long. The the Rona and the various interruptions in finance and things like that really did throw a wrench in the works, and it hasn't been fun. It hasn't been catastrophic. My family's in good place. Um, Everybody who works outside the home worked in the home for the most part. So it wasn't difficult to do the change over to working from home all the time, but it's taken some getting used to all of us doing it in the same house at the same time. So give us a little bit of time and we'll get there. So I hope that you have a good week. I hope that the rain doesn't get you down too much and that the Rona doesn't get you down too much. Um, Go out, be good to each other. Please remember to say thank you to the people who are working in the grocery stores and who are essential workers. And please, I'm asking you, I'm begging you, don't be idiots. It's fine if you got to go out because you have to get meds or you have to get groceries. Make a list and get all the things you need and do it in one trip and make it infrequent. The whole point of social distancing is to avoid doing that. So even though we're allowed to go shopping whenever we want, that doesn't mean we should be doing it every day. And it doesn't mean we should be going, on a beer run every day. Let's not do that. We're going to overwhelm our workers. They're going to get sick and then they're going to close. And then where will we be? In the shits. That's where we'll be. So be good to each other. Remember your please and thank yous. If you're interested in victory gardening and that kind of thing, you'll be interested in what I'm doing. Although it will have a medieval bent, a lot of what I'm going to be teaching about gardening is stuff that I learned during the 10 years ago. There was kind of a victory garden craze, and I learned a lot during that. So I'll be passing that along to the rest of you. Bye, guys, and I'll see you sometime later this week.